Hi, welcome back to the Matt Greer Music channel. This is a channel devoted to making music with little gizmos like this, the OPZ. Now I'm going to respond to a request I've had many times on this channel, and that is to make a track from scratch with this device. I'm going to tell you right now I'm going in with no plan. I'm just going to start playing it like I always do, and we'll see what comes out of the other side. I do somewhat think that I want to make something higher tempo today, but that's about it. It may be crap, and if that's the case, I won't post the video, but I guess if you're hearing me say that now, then it means it worked out. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to find a project slot. There's something already there, so I'm going to delete that. Push play. Yes. Okay, now I know I want something higher tempo, so I'm going to go 1, 3, 4. There we are on the tempo. Let's turn up the metronome. Alright, that'll work. Now, almost with every track that I make on this thing, I usually start with the kick. This is a higher tempo. I'm already thinking this is going to lean towards trance or techno or, tech house or something like that. So let's get into the kicks here. That kind of works. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, let's just start with a simple 4 on the floor. Okay. Alright, that's good. Guess we don't need that in metronome anymore. Alright, let's add in some sub. It's got a little bit of bite there. Let's put that there. Put that there. Alright, I don't want that on every bar, so let's use the conditional trig. Let's tell that one to go every 2 bars. Do it again on this one. Let's tell that to go every 4. And I'm gonna put one more in here to come every 8. Yeah, so that gives it a little variance over an 8-bar pattern already. I tried to think about not just a 16-step loop and then expand from that. I tried to think of a longer loop, usually 8 bars, especially for things at higher tempo. 4 bars maybe for like things in the mid to hip-hop range. But my experience, if you start with like 16 steps and then try to grow it around that, it becomes very awkward. So I just try to think of that like longer brace loop, I guess you call it, of 8 bars from the get-go. Alright, kick. I'm going to keep messing with this kick a little bit. Take off some cutoff here. Make it a little deeper, yeah. Maybe pitch it down just a tad. Yeah, I like that. Okay, now let's get into snare territory. Actually, let's let the kicks play while we find our snare. Like those two together. 2 claps. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Let's go on there, and let's start thinking about longer rhythms for this one too. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. Take that off. Okay. But again, I don't want that every bar. No, let's put that one there. You know what? Let's put it on the 3rd. Let's put this one on the 4th. because I like things kind of dark and basement-y, I'm going to take a little cutoff off that. Just the pitch just a bit. All right, that's good for now. I'm not going to go too deep into sound design right now because really I'm just trying to get the groove composed. Sound design, I come back to that later. So let's move on to hats. I mean, you can never really go wrong with the 909 style hat. We'll add a little. Need a really light one. That'll work. Let's put it there. Yep. Push begin. Yeah. So I added the beat repeat on this one. So this one's coming in every 2 bars, but also beat repeating. All right. Give it a little bit of. I mean, that's a beat, that'll work. Okay, let's go into the samples. Now I'm just using stock sounds. I didn't load any special samples for this exercise today. So if you're familiar with the OPZ, you'll probably recognize these. I do have other samples on this device, but I'm trying to keep it as baseline as possible for this project. Yeah. I'm going to break my rule a little bit here and I'm going to add some effects. Let's see, I'm going to go here. I know that one's delay. Go here. This is effects lot 2, if you're not familiar. I'm going to choose number 5. I know that's like the new reverb that Teenage Engineering recently added. And this definitely needs some delay, so let's go. Whoops. Gotta get back to the sample track. If you don't know, you can hold down one of the steps, and while you're holding it, move any of these knob parameters, and it's like Electron's Gear, it'll parameter lock those things to each step. I want this to kind of go back and forth in the stereo spectrum, so I'm going to start here, move that one over here. So now I've got like the bass groove. We can turn this other one on. Now it's like the air that kind of like gives the groove that ethereal, I don't know what it is, I don't know how to explain it, but if I'm dancing and something like that comes in, it just like heightens the feel for some reason. Alright, we can go through and fine tune all these drums, get the mix level just right, and we can add a little delay to the claps and all of that kind of stuff. But for now, I think that's a solid groove, definitely enough to get your head moving. So let's start thinking about musical elements. I think for this, I'm kind of digging it's like a minimal sort of groove. I'm going to go with a bass and I'm going to find a sound I like first. Let's see what else is in there. Yeah. That one's like this other one. A little more vibe on it. This is that like, it's so ravey. That'll work. work. Okay. I'm not trying to bore you to tears, so I'm going to make some musical decisions a little quicker than I might. I might sit there and play that for 10-15 minutes before I settle on a note progression, but for this, let's just roll with it and go with our gut. See if we can put a little LFO on that sucker. Oh yeah. Now, you can also use your conditional trigs to add all kinds of variants and make things, you know, even though it's a 4-bar loop of bass notes, it can end up changing a lot over the course. So actually, let's do that now. And I may forget which one it is, but let's pick this one, pick that. Let's see what happens. Let's at least put some arpeggiator on there. Square wave, we'll start with that. I'm gonna play it like a little stutters and get like not a repeat, not like a, which is always cool, but I'm gonna do more of a that kind of thing. All right, let's see. And this one, I'm going to actually just leave it on a 1-bar loop, but we'll add some variance to that here in a minute. So let's just... Now I'm not sure if I even like that patch, but it was a good starting point. It's got more of a robotic kind of sound to it. Getting a little more trancey now, but that's okay. Can live with that. Yeah. Move on to this one. I already know that ain't gonna do. Nope. Maybe. There we go. Back to 4 bars because I only think I want 2 chords on this. All right. Let's start. That's feeling like a pretty good groove. Let's see, do we even need a lead? I don't know. These are all too retro. No. Let's see what this gets us. That'll work. Again, I'm not spending a ton of time thinking about these melodies today, guys, because I just kind of want to show you basically the way I work through this thing, but yeah, let's go. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Now what I do is I break out my iPad so I can use the screen and I can see all my levels and I can fine tune the pan and all of that stuff and get it, you know, the mix really dialed in so it sounds real polished and everything. I will mix with a couple things before we do that though. I'm gonna add the chorus on the master. A little overdrive. Of course, course, you can mess with the mutes. You can kind of build your track out. And doing that would also help you set your levels, because I just added that bass that sounded too loud to me in context with the other stuff, so I would go to the bass, turn that down a bit. So yeah, that's basically it. That's a groove that we just made from scratch on the OPZ. Hope you found this interesting. If you have any questions about this, feel free to ask me in the contents, and I'll try to answer those, or if I get enough of the same kind of question, I might make a future video. So, hope you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day, and happy music making.